Hey guys, welcome back to the Brewer League. Since today's show was postponed a little bit, I added a little extra just for fun. I hope you enjoy it. First up, we're going to look at this thing I built. Hey guys, here's an example of one of the sheets that I'm going to be talking about today. This chaotic mess of color is the statistical table I built. If we go up here, we can see this better. So how it works is, the names are diagonal, and they interact at the corners of each name. So first round, second round games. So the way this kind of works is, say Josh has 2 points and Scott has 1 point. It'd be 2 minus 1, which would be a positive number, so which would prove that Josh won that game. Seeing as Josh and Scott didn't have a second game together, this spot is left blank. And you can see that down here, that everyone has one game that they didn't play, and they're all doubled up. So how this works is the color. There's a color pattern here on the side. If the score was somewhere between, it's actually like 1 and 14, and then 14 to like 28, 28 to 40, and like so on all the way up to 100, these are the point difference. Using me as an example, we can see here that I crushed Scott with 114.2 points. So all this chart really does is show the difference in the games played, like the first game played and the second game played, or not played in certain cases. Taking, let's say, Jeff and Brody first round, Jeff and Brody second round, there's a difference in their differences. So at first this is just an indicator of the difference in the week. So this is Jeff and Brody's first week was 16.4. Second round, the second time they play each other, Jeff beat Brody by 1.6 in that week. So if we take the average of this, we can get a better idea of how people did overall. And we can see that in that Jeff and Brody matchup, overall, Jeff did 9 points on average better than Brody. And he did minus 22.6 points worse than Josh overall, and minus 24.8 less than me overall. Using this, I have also created this little thing. This tells us the average difference in games between a person and an opposing team, like Jeff and Brody. But if you want to know the overall, I created this little thing here. The sum is the sum total of all the points given by these colors. If you got a pink, you got a 1. And if you get a red, you get a 7. I added the extra red over here just as a rub it in your face measure, but it's the exact same 7 points. So what we should take note of is that this one is the sum of the absolute values, and this one is the sum of the real values. Real values. So in this case, this tells us an overall variety. On average, Jeff scores a 2, Kelso and Brian score a 3, Josh a 2, Johnny 3, so on. Over here gives us an actual sense of change in the variety of how a game goes. So statistically, Jeff and Brian and Josh and Johnny and everybody else doesn't change that much overall. Like, let's see, Johnny got a 1.6. Who won that year? Brian, I think? 1.86. So what this shows is that Brian has the highest variety in his favor, whereas Kelso is the only person to significantly have a strong negative, which makes sense if we look here at Kelso's game, where, I'll unlock this, where you can see he's got all of these losses, and that in turn is what gave him this score. Now I've done this for season 2 as well, so let's have a look at season 2. Only one right here, Mike and Jazz, only one big change, only one big difference. Mike beating Jazz at 113.6. And we can see here that Johnny crushed everyone by having a variety, by having a significant difference of 2.9 or 2.19 in his favor Everybody else had a very small amount of variety, like Jeff 0.9, Brody 0.9 in the negative against him. So Brian here has a 0. And I've checked this out. Where's Brian on here? Right there. I'll unlock his. This sum, I'll show you what we got behind the scenes here to show you what is really going on. What I have down here is like a binary matrix that if you put a 1 in here, it's actually like 6 times 1. 2 times 1, 3 times 1, so it goes 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here, actually, let me do this. And I'm back. So if x being one of these numbers is between one of these numbers, it gets a binary number of 1 or 0, and that gets times by whatever column it's in, column 1, column 2, column 3. Add these all up and we get that difference. So here we can see 6. This 6 is because 79 is between 72 and 85. So 1, that's a 1 mark. 1 times 6 is 6. Add those numbers up, and what we get is 6, of course, because there shouldn't be more than one number. This is just the easiest way to do this in Excel that I know of. But we can also see here that I have it, if 79, if the difference up there in the blue is a negative number, then that difference means he lost, which just gives us a negative sign. The negative sign is there to indicate a loss. So it's a loss of 6 points. So the sum of the absolutes is here, and the sum of the win and losses scores actually comes out mathematically exactly as 0. And finally, I started working on season 3. I started working on this current one. This is what we've got so far, I think. I'm up to date. I do also have a table tracking draft trades. So here we can see that Kelso has taken Craig's 3rd round, and Craig has taken Kelso's 13th round, I believe. So I decided each week I was going to read out all the player names for each one of these teams. So this week, I think I'm going to start with my competitor. I'm going to try to rapid fire this a bit. William Nylander, Alex Cordlill, William Nylander, Alex Killorn, William Nylander, Alex Killorn, William Nylander, Alex Killorn, Milan Lidick, Max Domi, Brendan Gallagher, Patrick Lane, Matt Dunham, Justin Fack, Zach Wernsky, Victor Hedman, Jordan Eberle, Jordan Eberle, hey. Mika Zibat. It's harder with my glasses off, but I look dumber with my glasses on. Mika Zai Bain Jad. Sure. Austin Matthews, Taylor Hall, Leon Juryaskly. What? Why is there an L at the end? Fuck you. Andrei Burakovsky. Sure. Matt Murray, Jimmy Howard. Okay. Not bad. That fucking sucked.